I'm gonna be honest with you. I definitely forgot that February has 28 days and that today is the last day of the month. So I'm a little behind due to the fact that I literally forgot. This coffee is really coughing, as you can see. Hello, Shawty Baes. Hello, besties. Let's roast ourselves and see which books we did not read from our TBR for February. Yes? Shall we? We shall. Usually I post this video on the day before the last day of the month, right? And then I post my wrap up on the last day of the month. However, I really did forget February was this short. I got a little bamboozled, and when I woke up today, I was like, oh shit, it's the last day of the month. Hello? Howdy? February, come back. So here we are. I'm posting my fails today, and then I will post my wrap up hopefully tomorrow. Fingers crossed, and I will tell you everything I read. Right now, we're just gonna look at our TBR for February. February. Oh, I always fuck this up. For Feb. And see what we read and what we didn't read. You know, you guys know the deal. We do this every month. I don't need to tell you. Anyway, Gracie on the Grump by MZ. This is one of the books I said I was gonna read this month. And starting off with a disappointment, I didn't. Listen, it's because it's so long. And I just couldn't be bothered with such a short month to read such a long book. You know what I mean? I couldn't fathom that. So I didn't read it. And listen, I know I'm going to love it because MZ is my favorite author of all time. I'm going to adore this book. But at the same time, the book premise is weird to me. Like, I'm a superhero fan through and through, okay? I love Marvel. I love DC. I do not compare both of them. Don't come at me, Lauren Hale. But I love comics. I love superheroes. And that's what this book is kind of about. Like, it's literally a superhero guy coming into Earth or some shit. It's giving Clark Kent. But I don't know why I just can't bring myself to read it. So I'm going to try to read it in March. That's the goal. All of this is to distract you from the fact that I didn't actually read it this month. So yeah. But get this, in a jam, I read this one. I read this one recently, like right at the home run at the last second, at the buzzer. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to use a sports analogy. It's clearly not working. Anyway, in a jam, I just read it and I fucking loved it. I will talk to you about it in my wrap up, but I read this shit and it was long. It was like 500 pages or so, probably a little less, but it was long and I loved it. I just realized that that takes away from the argument that I didn't read Gracie and the Grump because it's so long, since this one is long. It's like I get caught up in my own web of lies, you know? Anyway, I read it in a jam and I really fucking loved it. It was, dare I say it, jammy, no. Jam-packed. Yeah. Queen Move, Kennedy Ryan, another one of my favorite authors of all time. I didn't read it though. And let me explain. Kennedy Ryan has so many books and I've read 99% of them. So I'm saving some for a rainy day. And rainy day did not come this month. In fact, it was sunny all around. So I didn't read Queen Move. Sorry, KR. Love you. It just didn't happen. That was not very Queen Move of me. Do I know you? Listen, I do know you. I do fucking know you because I read this, but I'll explain in my wrap up, but let's just say that I kind of read it. Let's leave it at that. I kind of read it. Hello? My car was like slowing down. I'm in the Home Depot parking lot. Did I go to Home Depot? No, but there's a Starbucks right there, which is why I'm here. Bob the Builder. What was I saying? Oh yes. Do I know you? I will explain the situation on this book later, but I started it. Me and my bestie Lauren were like, oh, let's buddy read this. And we were like, yeah, this is going to be great. And we started and the end never came. I'll leave you with that. Honey and Spice. This is the second time I put this on my TBR because I put it last month and then I was like, okay, didn't read it then, but I'm very excited about it. Let me try to read it now. And I put it here and then here I am again. Didn't fucking read it. I gave myself a second chance and I still failed. This is why second chances are never fucking worth it. This is why second chance trope is usually the worst because you don't deserve a second chance. Like, I didn't deserve this shit because here I am. Betrayed the book again. I didn't read it. Some mistakes get made. That's all right. That's okay. Hail Mary. Let me fucking tell you about what happened with this book. Last night, okay? It's literally the last day of the month. And last night at 4 a.m., I woke up. Like, I literally just rose from the bed. And I was like, I'm awake. For what? I don't know, but I'm awake. And I was like, I need to read Hail Mary. I don't know what happened, but like, I have the urge to read Hail Mary and I have the urge to read it now. So I picked up my Kindle, didn't even put my contacts in. And keep in mind, my contacts are negative 650. So they're like pretty heavy. I can't really see from far away without them at all, right? So imagine me at 4 a.m. with my Kindle like this, reading all of Hail Mary, just binging the entire fucking thing at 4 a.m. From 4 a.m. until like 7 a.m. And then I got up and went to the gym. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what came over me. But if that doesn't show you how much of a mood reader I am, I don't know what does. It was a Hail Mary, all right. Isn't that what a Hail Mary means when like at the last minute you make it happen? I Hail Mary'd the shit out of this. Play With Me, another one that I read recently. I think it was this week at some point. I'm very proud of this one because I really didn't think I was going to get to it, but I did. Play with it, I did not. Took it very seriously. I read it. The Right Move. This is one of my favorite books of all time. I cannot wait to talk to you about it because I'm obsessed. If you have not read this book, please do. I'm so glad I read it. And I was in a reading slump a decent amount of the month. In this book, like, I started it while I was in a reading slump. Even then, I still loved the hell out of it. I still rated it 5 stars. It is incredible. It was the right move to read it. I need to stop with these really bad puns. Are you on the other side of the screen smiling? Or are you on the other side of the screen being like, Larry, fucking stop? You can tell me. We're friends. We're all friends here. We're best friends. You can be honest. Okay, this one is really shocking. Things We Hide from the Light. I started this and I was eating up the Sloane and Lucian crumbs because they're gonna come next, right? But I was in the middle of my reading slump and I couldn't get through it quite yet. So I'm gonna give myself a kind of for this one because I'm gonna finish it next month, but I didn't finish it yet. And it's not because the book's not good, it's because I was in a massive reading slump while I was reading it. And it wasn't like the right move where it hooked me right away. It kind of took me a while to get there. Not that I don't like Nash and Lena, because I do, but it's like Lucian and Sloane are the ones I'm expecting the most. So if it was their book, I'm pretty sure I would have like binged the hell out of it. But because it wasn't, I wasn't as interested as I usually would be. But I'm going to finish it next month and I'll tell you my thoughts. So this is a kind of, because I started it, but I didn't finish it. Twisted. I read this one. I did that. I fucking did that. I didn't think I was going to. It is a retelling, just like the rest of the Never After series. And I love the Never After series. If you guys don't know, now you know. Well, you knew. I think you knew. Anyway, I read it. Yeah, I was in my dark romance kick, starting with Twisted. So after this, I read a lot of dark romance this month. A lot? A decent amount. Anyway, I read Twisted. Vicious Bonds. I said I was going to read this and it was going to be one of my only fantasy reads for a while. And I did the damn thing. I did that because I read it and it ended in a cliffhanger because there's a second book coming out, which I was not aware when I picked this up, okay? I did not know. I was like, oh, this is going to be a fun fantasy standalone. Woohoo! And then I got to the end and I was like, what the fuck? What happened? And then I saw that the next book's coming out in like September or November or something. Like, who knows what I'll be doing by then? Not me, not I. But I suppose I'll wait because I have nothing else to do. So I did read this one, but I regret it. I'm kidding. It was amazing. But I do regret the fact that I didn't wait a little closer to the second release date. Sinners Anonymous. This series became my entire personality this month. Yes, I fucking read it. Yes. And not only did I read this book, but I read the other 2 books in the series. And now I'm just waiting for the next ones to come out. So I really, really overachieved with this one. Like I said, academic success. I said I'm in it to win it this time. Sinners Anonymous, not so anonymous anymore. Because I know you. Restore Me. I'm very shocked at this, but I read it. I read it. And that is insane because this was one of the books that I put in my TBR, but I was like, oh, I'm probably not going to get to it. I know it was forbidden. I knew I wanted to read it, but I really didn't think I was going to get to it. But I did. I surprised myself with this because I really got to it and I really enjoyed it. So Restore Me, I read it. I was restored. Take a hint, Danny Brown and actor A.G. Brown. Now this is when I disappoint you a bit because I didn't read it and this makes me so sad because I really thought I was going to. I'm pretty sure I was like, oh, these I'm definitely gonna read. And here I am. I didn't. And I love Chloe Brown. I really do. So I don't know what happened, but I didn't read these yet. I will one day. When that day will come, I don't know. Maybe at 3 a.m. one night when I just get up and think, I'm gonna read this right now. It hasn't happened yet though. Triple Duty Bodyguard. This was going to be my Lily Gold era because I read Faking with Benefits and I loved it so fucking much. And so I was like, oh, let me read the other one by her and I know I'm going to love it. And I was wrong in that sense, but I did read it though. Do I regret it? A little bit, but I read it. I'll talk to you about it later. That's the motto of this video. I'll talk to you about it later. I read Triple Duty Bodyguard though. I was triple dutied and bodyguarded. Yes. Win, Lose, Kill, Die. Who the fuck was I that I was thinking I was going to read this? Like, honestly, to my core, I think I really, really thought highly of myself. Like, I need to bring myself back down to earth. I need to humble myself a little bit because I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't read this. I didn't even look at it. I don't even own it. Like, I don't own it. I didn't get it on audiobook. I didn't even get it on Kindle. I have nothing to show for this book. And for some reason, I was like, yeah, I'm going to read it. What the fuck? I didn't even cross my mind. The Way I Used to Be. I did read this one. I really, really did. I think it was one of my first reads of the month, actually. I'm pretty sure I started the month with this book, which is very depressing because it's a very sad book, but I did it. I did that. Anyway, I feel like I read a really decent amount. How many was that? Hold on. Wait a damn minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I had 18 books in my TBR. And I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I read 11. That's like a whole ass 61%. That's the D. That's passing. That's passing. D's get degrees. It's C's. But let's make it work for D's anyway. I did that. Round of applause for me. I want everybody clapping. Are you clapping? I hope so. I hope you have a lovely day. Let me know what you read from your TBR. And if you didn't, I'm proud of you anyway, because we love to fail. I'm normalizing failure. That's what I'm doing here. That's my goal in life, to normalize failure. Because why the fuck not? Life's more fun that way. I love you so much, my besties. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, with the wrap up. And if not tomorrow, then this week at some point. And my TBR for March will also be up at some point this week. So you can count on those. That's that on that. Yes, goodbye. Love you so much. Have such a good day.